All day, baby.
Hey, he can ball, huh?
Is there anyone out here I can't stop? Come on, at least try. I'm gonna keep going. Let's go.
Let's go! Woo! I'll run this.
Dude.
He about to tear the roof off.
Facing one of the heavyweights tonight.
And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparations for the challenge ahead. Hoping to come out of the gates strong. thank you for tuning into this Sunday afternoon 2K Sports edition of the NBA. Along with Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. Hall of Famer David Aldridge will be joining us from the sidelines moments from now. And a chance now to take a look at some numbers for Ja Morant.
And he's gone dry over the past 10 games, guys. His scoring is way down, and he can't seem to fight his way out of the slump. He better get it going tonight, or they'll start losing patience with him.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Big men on the floor for Italy, Washington and Gafford. Fresh is out there with Luka Doncic, and it's Marshall in at the 3 spot. And for the Grizzlies, Morant is the point with Bane out on the wing. Jackson is out there with Edey, and it's Williams at the small forward. Stan coming right down to it. Finish line is in sight. The playoffs are within sight. The warmer weather, I think, signals that the playoffs are right around the corner.
Yeah, Kevin, that's exactly right. And neither team here needs any extra motivation in this one. You want as high a seed as possible in the postseason. You want as many of these crucial games to be played in your own building.
Now here's Fresh after the miss from Desmond Bane. Now Fresh in the game against Toronto. Very impressive.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
Morant outside. Rebounded by Gafford. Now let's go to Hall of Famer David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Taylor Jenkins.
Obviously, they're trying to limit the damage Luka Doncic inflicts. That's at the front of his mind. He said, Luka is going to get his. We can't stop that, but we can't let him set up everyone else for easy ones. And the whole team gets involved, we're cooked. So they're going to make him work for every assist out there. Guys?
All right, thank you, David. Here's Fresh. Following the basket by Ja Morant. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. All 3 off the mark. Left side, Bane. It's rebounded by Dallas. Last time they met was in Dallas.
Yeah, and looking back at their last game against this club, they were badly out-rebounded.
Well, this isn't the start they wanted. Need to just settle down and move the ball for better shots.
What a rise for Taylor Jenkins, working his way, Stan, from the G League assistant there to NBA assistant and now to NBA head coach. Wow.
Wow is right, Kevin. And Taylor Jenkins, one of the best coaches in the NBA. This is a guy who just kept grinding and learning. I think sometimes coaches get too concerned about when they're going to get their opportunity. Taylor Jenkins was always concerned about being ready when his opportunity came.
I think you and I are alike. We root for the grinders, don't we? The guys that have really worked to climb that ladder.
I certainly do, Kevin.
And here's Morant after Luka Doncic hitting the 3. Williams passes to Morant. And the layup's good off the glass.
Yeah, so tough to knock Morant off balance, and he's so talented at keeping his focus on the basket.
Pass to Doncic. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And checking out some numbers for Fresh. The past month has been surreal. And ranked among the top 10 in scoring, he can fill it up with the best of them.
And his floor awareness is undeniable. As you pointed out, top 10 in assists, and he's great at drawing the defense and making the perfect pass in stride. Jackson misses. The Mavericks leading. And here's Doncic from the arc. And the rebound by Jaren Jackson. Bane with it. He's picked up by Doncic. Out to Morant. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Pass to Jackson. A second chance effort. He takes it up and lays it in. And that will tie this game up.
You can just see the passion and love with which he plays the game. You see how he prepares, the work ethic, the way he interacts with his teammates. And when he hits the floor, it's all about the game.
Now, here's Washington. He has yet to score. Fresh can't get it to go.
When you challenge a player on a layup, that's what you want. Getting a stop without a foul. The defense wins that battle.
Bane with the steal. Pass to Williams. And the rejection by Gafford. And so it looks like the Grizzlies will retain possession here. Marcus Smart's checked in for Williams. Now here's Morant. 17 points for him last game against the Nuggets in Denver. That one good for 2.
He's looking very confident so far. The defense is going to have to account for him.
And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Derek Lively, he's checked in for Washington. And it's Klay Thompson in for Marshall. Now here's Fresh. Great numbers on a nightly basis as he averages over 24 points a game.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking him up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves. Well, he can't get anything to go right now. It's time to look at affecting the game in other ways.
Out to Doncic. And he's good on the 3 ball. Doncic has got a couple of threes now in the first for the Mavs.
And the defense has to be aggressive with Luka from range. Give him any space, and he is looking to pull.
Jackson finds Morant. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That is his first foul of the game. Grizzlies making a switch here. Aldama's checked in. Then for the Mavericks, Powell comes in for Daniel Gafford. And it's Quentin Grimes in for Doncic. Outside, Bane. Fires the 3. Bangs home the trifecta.
Well, that's Bane's go-to zone. You can't let him have a look from there.
And, you know, Stan, we've watched Desmond Bane evolve into a #1 option on offense. He's always been there, but now he really is at the top of the heap.
Yeah, he sure is. Look, Kevin, you know, he came into the league as a three-point shooter, and he's a great one. But he's developed his game off the dribble, very good mid-range shooter, and he's strong enough to finish around the rim.
And here is Bane after the three-pointer from Klay Thompson. Pass to Smart, takes a 3. It's rebounded by Dallas. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
And the difference in that one, the efficiency from range. They really focused on getting good looks.
And they were just draining it from outside. A great team shooting performance.
And here's Smart after the three-pointer from Klay Thompson. There's a screen by Aldama. Fires from deep. Klay Thompson grabs the miss. Mavericks leading by 4. Out to the right wing. A 3-ball. Grimes with the bucket.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
And Morant's got the ball here for Memphis. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets.
And missing your free throws usually changes the complexion of a game. Certainly did in that one.
Well, if you want to win away from home, quite simply, you have to make your free throws.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Hey guys, Fresh in the last game against Toronto got the job done. He scored 24 points, and he was a contributor on the defensive end as well. It's the kind of incredible performance you expect from a star like him, but still fun to watch. Guys?
Excellent, David. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
Yeah, and we're likely to see them go to him early on. See if he can't replicate that performance.
Jaren Jackson, he's checked in for Memphis. Wells comes in for Bane. Here's Grimes. Wants to get into Lively and does. To the middle. Fresh, the pass to Grimes. From outside, off the mark. Smart on the wing. Nothing on the board. Pass to Morant. 1 second left. And the last-second attempt does not go in for him. It's been all about Luka Doncic for the Mavericks. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for Dallas.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And I also like how they've trusted one another with the rock, creating shots by keeping the ball moving.
They've got Pippen. Jackson is out there with Santi Aldama. Then there's Wells, and it's Smart in at the 2. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. Driving inside. Doncic feeling it out. Now here's Fresh. Defended by Pippen. And the rejection by Jackson. Pippen with it. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. The shot by Wells, no good. Dallas has gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. There's the lob to the hoop. And finished off by Lively.
Just a super unselfish guy. Doncic is all for getting his guys going. Enjoys setting the table.
Jackson setting the pick here for Smart. To the inside. Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Jackson.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Now here's Pippen. Scoreless thus far. Pass to Smart. Jackson down low. He's covered by Fresh. Jackson misses. Mavericks shooting 47% from the floor. Getting it done. Thompson right side. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Now Marshall. 5 on the clock. Out to Thompson from downtown. Thompson with the 3.
Arguably the smoothest jumper in the game. Klay Thompson.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Yep, it goes. And the Dallas lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Jackson.
Well, once he gets a step to the rim like that, it's going to take more of a defensive effort to force the miss.
Pass to Marshall. Inside. Here's Lively. That falls. Great assist by Marshall. Lively's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
Jackson against Lively. The 10-footer. No good off the back of the rim. Mavericks leading by 5. And here's Fresh. Lively a screen on Smart. Thompson in the corner. Launches a 3. Another 3 for Dallas.
And guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
And it's Taylor Jenkins calling timeout here. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Vince Williams is checked in for Wells. Bain comes in for Smart. And it's John Morant in for Pippen. Dallas also making some changes. Daniel Gafford's checked in for Derek Lively. P.J. Washington comes in for Marshall. And it's Dante Exum in for Klay Thompson. You know, Stan, when I think of you as a coach, I think defense. So let me put you on the spot as you assess the wing defenders in the NBA right now. Who are some of the top 2 or 3 that you know?
Well, look, there's so many good ones. My favorite right now is Lou Dort, because He's so strong, he's so disciplined, and he has an amazing ability to use his body. Even against guys that are a lot taller, he is a frustrating guy for great scorers to play against.
Now, he brought a lot to the NBA, but haven't the Thunder done a good job developing that kid?
Well, they have, and look, they've got other great defenders too, like Jalen Williams.
And so it's Dallas with, after Memphis gets the three. Now a chance to examine the rebounding numbers over the past month for Derek Lively.
And those are some numbers that he can't be happy about. His rebounding totals have taken a dip over the past few months. He's got to get back to giving the kind of effort on the boards we were seeing from him earlier.
Clark, he's checked in for Memphis. Morant looking around. Nice D from Doncic. Mavericks leading by 9. Now Fresh. He's got 5. Aldama with the rebound.
I still can't believe that one didn't fall.
Bane drives in. Out of bounds, Dallas takes possession. And right there is the list of rookie assist leaders for the last 10 games. It's been all about team play for this group lately. You look at Fresh, an uncommonly gifted passer, leading the league in assists.
Really starting to connect with his teammates. I mean, a really heads-up player for a rookie.
Quentin Grimes is checked in for Luka Doncic. Pass to Fresh. Screen by Gafford. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Well, he continues to make the effort, but the results just aren't there this quarter.
Now here's Morant. He's got 8. And the rejection by Gafford. And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Gafford.
And a moment here to look at some of the stats for Morant. 5th in assists, and he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And as you said, dropping dimes at a top 5 pace. He's in total command of his team. They look to him for leadership, and he does not disappoint. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks very much. The Mavericks have been much improved defensively. Coach Jason Kidd says when you're leaning on Luka offensively to deliver, and he does, you have to be able to cover him. Not just him, but Kyrie. The focus on playing defense and protecting one another is at a high right now. It can't just be 3 guys. It has to be all 5. Kevin?
It is, David. You're right. It's a team game. Here's Grimes following the score by Memphis. 1:33 left to play here in the second quarter. Morant outside. Exum pulls it in. Dallas leading by 5. You can see, and coach, you can feel John Morant's star power, and his presence on the floor is such a factor. It affects the game.
Yeah, it sure does, and it even affects the energy in the building. His play is so dynamic, athletic, energetic. I mean, you can't sit and watch a Ja game. He's going to get you on your feet.
He is one of a kind for sure. Now Morant, after Dante Exum's three-pointer that didn't go. Edey's checked in for the Grizzlies. Jaren Jackson comes in for Santi Aldama. The Mavericks also with a sub. Dinwiddie's checked in. Now here's Fresh. Defense right on him. Dallas no good that time either.
Well, you couldn't ask for a better look. That's one he's got to knock down.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Jackson setting the pick here for Bane. Down low. And the shot is good. The Maverick lead has been cut down to just 3 in the basket from Jackson.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Here's Dinwiddie, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
Checking in for the Mavericks, Dwight Powell, Najee Marshall, Klay Thompson.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Mavericks lead by 3. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports.
Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. How about we start out with the Western Conference and how those teams are stacking up?
Looking at Dallas, they've clearly taken a step back as a franchise. You hate to see that. But something isn't right with this team. I don't know if it's personnel.
Turning our attention to that first half for the Grizzlies. They find themselves in a close one.
Chucking up all those threes is clearly not working for them. They need to balance their attack.
Yeah, you want to put your players in a position to succeed, and I don't see that in the first half.
And that'll do it for halftime.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Klay Thompson has been sensational.
Well, through the first 2, he has been nothing short of a marksman from deep.
Yeah, he's been locked in tonight. Through the first 2 quarters, he's been a huge factor from outside.
Getting underway in the second half, here's the 5 for Jason Kidd. Big man on the floor for Middle of Washington and Gafford. Doncic out there with Fresh, and it's Marshall in at the 3. And every year, and Greg, we agree, Bane seems to get better and better as a playmaker.
Doesn't overdo anything with his passing. Looks more and more comfortable creating off the drive and kick. He's become a large part of this offensive engine.
Gafford with the ball. Hasn't made one yet. Fresh from down in the low post. It goes. And the Mavericks lead by 4. And Morant's got the ball here for Memphis. Jackson, a screen on Doncic. Here's Morant. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Second team foul.
And for those of you turning in, we're about a minute into the second half. Pass to Jackson. 3-pointer. Drills it from outside. Jackson's got 11 points.
Wow, Jackson Jr. lightning quick.
Fresh, the pass to Doncic. And here's Fresh from outside the arc. Rebounded by Jackson.
Well, he hasn't had a great night shooting the ball, but they're in the lead, and that's the only thing that matters.
Pass to Edey. Now here's Jackson. For the lead over Marshall. Nails the baby hook. Jackson's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, Jackson Jr. is a versatile scorer, which is what allows him to catch fire like this.
Now here's Fresh. Guarded by Bane. Gafford kicks to Marshall. Clock at 6. Pass to Fresh. And Bane pulls it down. Memphis leading to the right side. Williams looking over the floor. Back to Morant. Those 3-pointers off the mark.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense.
Here's Fresh with a big dunk at the end of the break. Guys, we're not through 3 quarters of play, but 6 lead changes already in this one.
Yeah, competitive, and I think we all can agree that we thought this would be the type of game that would come down to the end.
Now here's Morant. He's got 8. A three-pointer is right on target. 11 points in the game.
If you look at the breakdown, Morant's as efficient as anyone when he's the ball handler in the pick and roll.
Doncic outside. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. Pass to Jackson. Williams for 3. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Gafford's got his 6th rebound on the night. Fresh, the pass to Washington. And here's Fresh. He's got 9. Washington with the screen on Bane. Here's Fresh, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take on the Mavericks. A beautiful reverse layup. Fresh has got 11 points.
Well, that's what you're looking for. Shots from point-blank range.
Definitely got to use the clock here and get the last shot.
Yeah, but if you get an open look, you got to think about taking it no matter how much time is left on the clock.
Now Jackson. Here's the 3. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And don't go away. We'll be right back. A chance now to hear Jason Kidd talking to his...
One possession at a time. Go on.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. Mavericks leading by 10. Smart in the backcourt. To his side is Bane. Santi Aldama is out there with Vince Williams. And it's Clark in at the 5. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pass to Fresh. Back to Dinwiddie. Off target from 3-point range. The Grizzlies shooting it pretty low, 34% thus far. The drive by Bane. Good, and Smart gets the assist. 10 points for Desmond Bane.
Well, that's not what the defense wants to see. Bane is dangerous when he gets downhill.
Dinwiddie outside. And the 3 ball is good. And the Mavericks lead by 11.
And with their hot shooting here in the second half, their field goal percentage over 50% now for the game.
Dinwiddie against Bane. Outside Williams. Pass to Smart. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Well, we saw it in Boston, and we're seeing it in Memphis. Marcus Smart is a key piece in any lineup, Stan.
Yeah, look, you can just plug Marcus Smart in, especially to your defense. Multiple times on the all-defensive team, and he became so much better being able to run an offense, direct traffic, keep a team together.
And if he can just stay healthy, that will be maybe the missing part of his career.
Yeah, and that's the challenge right now.
Now here's Fresh. Over in the corner, Marshall. 6 to shoot. The 3 for Doncic.
Just as you'd expect from Marcus Smart, he is all over the shooter.
Pass to Clark. The 3. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Smart's got 3 assists now in this one.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Bane, no good.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard. Yeah, you hate to give up a foul on a three-point attempt.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
Well, they've been hitting threes at a high clip, and the defense hasn't done enough to challenge them at the line. They need to close out and run them off the three.
And the other thing that stands out is just how well they have moved the ball. Everyone's touching it and having a chance to create.
Now here's Smart. And the rejection by Gafford.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole, because he is just not there offensively.
Now here's Fresh. Guarded by Bane. Fresh, the pass to Washington. And Desmond Bane pulls it down. Bane's got his fourth rebound in this one. Pass to Aldama. Hits it from three-point range. Aldama's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Fresh. On the wing, Doncic. Guarded by Smart. Here's Fresh. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got 3 assists in the game. Outside Williams. Pass to Edey. And Greg, you think about what they call float game. Why does that one shot earn a nickname like that?
I mean, it's a badge of respect, right? The floaters, teardrops, whatever you call them, runners, often the finishing touch to an already well-developed offensive arsenal.
Now Fresh. After the missed 3 from Desmond Bane. Fresh. He can't get that one.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
Smart with the ball. Pass to Edey. Williams with the ball. Here's Aldama. Nailed from three-point land. Aldama's got it back down to single digits for Memphis. Dallas has gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. Now Fresh. Marshall with it. Fresh up top. Three-pointer. Another 3 for Dallas.
He is cold-blooded. Drops the dagger. Piles on to what was already a big lead.
And defensively, that kind of effort is just not going to cut it.
And it's Taylor Jenkins calling timeout here. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Jaren Jackson comes in for Santi Aldama. And it's John Morant in for Smart. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Hey, Kevin. Well, Taylor Jenkins just reviewed his plan with his team. Now, Coach challenged him. He said, this goes beyond this game. Show me how much heart you have for the season. Fight until the final buzzer. Guys, back to you.
All right, David, thanks.
Doing his job on the glass and doing it with force.
And Greg, it's not everybody in the league who can make those kinds of plays.
Well, he gets paid to be a factor on the glass. That's a nice dunk to finish it off.
As a passer, Morant has developed great instincts, and he's going to exploit those gaps in the D.
Fresh, the pass to Marshall. Here's Gafford. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Gafford's got the lead up to 14 now for the Mavs. And so Morant will bring it up for the Grizzlies. Here's the floater. Payton for 3. Good. And the nice assist from Morant. Morant's got his 7th assist in the game. Mavericks leading by 11. And here's Fresh. Doncic outside.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
No good on the shot. A bit long that time. Memphis has gone 4-7 with the long ball here in the fourth quarter. Right wing. Here's Morant. Outside for Jackson. Payne for 3. Offensive rebound. Doncic against Morant. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Payne for 3. Again, the miss by Payne. Here's Fresh. Count it, good. Fresh has got 17 now, just in the second half.
Excellent at dishing the rock. Luka with the nice feed.
Now Morant. Outside, Payne. Again, the miss by Payne.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Mavericks.
Tonight, they seem committed to the three-point shot.
That was the bread and butter. Fortunately, they made enough of those, but sometimes it was quantity over quality.
And so they'll be advancing their win total to 42 games.
And not only are they on their way to winning this game, this also gives them a win in the season series.
And we watched them all night long. No one could really stop them. Just another excellent game it was for Fresh.
Yeah, and I loved his attitude tonight. He really had that scorer's mentality. Absolutely no one was stopping him.
Here's Fresh. Following the basket by Ja Morant. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Now here's Fresh. Lets the 3 fly. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
3 points.
And the Mavericks lead by 16.
Taking no chances, they go on one last run to seal the deal.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for being with us tonight on 2K Sports. See you later.
Right, MP. They can't stop you.
Great win tonight, MP.